no, don't die.
Okay, we can start now.
Everybody's all dying today. Just
the plague. Yes.
Oh, indeed, the plague haunts us all. But at least we got the coffee in order to help us.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's a pretty good brew this time too.
The lovely brew.
Clink clink.
Indeed. Good stuff.
What are we talking about today?
That's a good question. All right.
What you been up to this week?
Been doing. I've just been doing a lot of stuff. Well, we should probably do an intro first. Now that I think about it.
Sure. Yeah. Who knows who the hell we are?
Indeed. What's going on, guys? This is Donald. This is Donald here. And with me as always.
Oh, I introduced myself. I'm Hannah.
Sorry, I should have just said.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. This is only
3.
The third episode.
Yeah. And this is episode 3 of the General Geekery podcast, the podcast where we talk about all things geek-related and just whatever we want to talk about. We didn't, due to foresight, I didn't plan a theme this episode, so I figured we would just talk about whatever. Yep. So
that was entirely your job, and not both of us. So.
I take a little bit of responsibility.
I'm in no way responsible for not thinking about it.
I will take responsibility on that one.
Oh. Well, thank you. A gentleman and a scholar. I was being facetious, but
I tried to be. But how are we doing, Hannah? What you been up to?
I am doing pretty well, actually. A couple of days ago, a friend of mine convinced me to go to the gym. So I've been trying to get fit. Literally since I came out of the womb, I haven't managed it. So, we were, it was this sort of like open house kind of thing. They had mimosas there, and they had this sort of like, it was 45 minutes of going from station to station to station doing different things. So I'd be on a stationary bike for 40 seconds, and then I'd get 15 seconds, and then they'd send me over to some weights, and then I would be doing like this hop thing. There were some chin-ups, rowing machines. And so it was, it was a long morning of just running around trying not to barf while...
So literally 45-minute intervals, you spend a certain amount of time in one station, quick second break, go to the next station.
45-second intervals.
Okay, all right. I've done those before. Those are rough.
Yeah,
those are very rough.
It was insane, and I think the hardest part was the specific exercises that really worked my body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and I'm looking forward to maybe staying a little bit more healthy, eating well and stuff. But yes, I am very aware of my muscles because they hurt.
Oh, yeah. In
a good way.
Well, my muscles hurt in a different way, but that's mainly through the fatigue. This past weekend, I was taking part in an event with my old college. It's a 24-hour gaming charity event called Extra Life. We basically we locked ourselves within the main student union of UW Milwaukee, like where all the usual students got and everything like that. We had TVs, we had projectors and everything like that. A lot of board games and video games as well and everything like that, and a lot of stuff going on. There was some, and it was run by the Eighth Note Coffee House, which is a student-run coffee house on campus. And I've been being a part of it. I've been a part of it ever since they started it. Like, I think this was our 6th year doing this, I want to say.
Yeah.
And every year, like, people do like different things. Like, some people will speed run through specific games that they want to do.
Okay.
Some people do live stream stuff. The volunteers of the Eighth Note themselves, they set donation goals in order to do ridiculous things. I think this year we reached around $2,000 we raised for Children's Hospital.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was And then me and my friends, we did some of our own little offhanded things. Like as soon as it hit midnight, we did a 50-turn game of Mario Party 2 for
Oh my god.
because we're masochistic like that, and we just and we're like, you know what? Mario Party itself is already taxing enough when you're awake. Let's just play 50 turns of it when we're 18 hours in and everybody's loopy.
You know, Drunk Mario Kart was a hit in college. We do that. Where if you lost, you had to take a shot, and then you just kept on losing.
Yep.
Except for me, because I actually would get better at things, like video games, after I'd hit a sweet spot.
Oh, man. Once Hannah reaches that tipping point.
Once I reach that sweet spot, which is after one shot, basically. No, I'm just kidding. Like 2 or 3.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good to know. But then again, she will need assistance getting home afterwards. Yep. Fair warning on that.
I recently acted with Mad Rogues, which they do drunk performances where they have a drunk actor every night.
Oh,
yes. Throughout. I was so grateful that I was not one of them because I would have been messed up.
Oh man, I loved that show so much. Like Mad Rogues, like anything involving like drunk actors on stage, especially with Shakespeare, is such a treat.
Yeah,
it is such a treat.
Oh man,
I'm gonna be honest. I was so mad that I wasn't able to make it to the night where Thomas, yeah. Thomas, he's a mutual friend of ours. We've worked with him a lot. Love that man.
Yep.
Love that man to death.
I mentioned we might want to have him as a guest.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He sheepishly looked at his shoes.
Indeed. I actually ran into his wife stopped by where I worked the other day.
Awesome.
Hi Maggie.
Hello.
Thanks for listening. So yeah, she was talking with us and she was talking with me, and we were just like, hey, how's it going, and everything like that. And then she mentioned the podcast, so she's been spreading the love.
One of our listeners. Yay.
Grazie, Maggie. But it's kind of funny because like she literally came in on that day right after. Oh my god. Okay, I have to share this story because this has been bugging me. Like even when I was live streaming like that night, and I was telling the story while I was playing video games on my live stream on Twitch, I just could not get this story out of my mind. It's so dumb. I'm
looking forward to it.
Okay, so one of my regulars at the coffee shop that I work at,
regular Joe.
Well, Jill in this kind of case. She's a if I remember correctly, I believe she's a student teacher for college. So she's like an assistant and everything like that. And every time like she has like the floor in like class discussions or anything like that, you know how some colleges like they'll have like big lectures and everything like that for the class, and then they'll have a day where it's like more like 10 students, like individual wise.
Sure. Continue.
Have you at least like heard of?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure like you've at least heard of that because some colleges do that. It's usually for like most gen ed type stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And so she usually opens like her like individual sessions with like asking just like fun questions, everything like that, in order to get to know the students and everything. And this past one, when she told me the story, when I was making her latte, and we're talking, and she's like, Donald, I have to tell you this. Like, this is just like driving me nuts. And I'm like, sure, why not? Let's talk this out. Let's talk this out. So she said, and she explained it all to me. And she's like, so I asked everyone a question that I thought was going to be an easy question to ask. Mm-hmm. What was the very first CD that you ever bought or listened to?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's actually a really good question because like with all the streaming available to us, like we hold special memories whenever we get like a CD of anything.
I know the first CD I ever owned. I think it was like my 9th birthday. My mom gave me. It was the Beatles One. Like all their number one hits, and I still have it. Anyway, continue your story.
Yeah, for the first CD I ever bought with my own money was best of album of Elton John.
Awesome.
I love me some Elton John. What can I say? But
hold me closer.
It's time to dance. Yes. Cheers to that. Yeah. Cheers to that.
Oh man.
But so I'm talking, and so she's like she told her thing. She opened up to the classroom. Apparently, like no one was raising their hand, and all of a sudden a student suddenly asked, "I'm sorry, but what is a CD?"
Holy moly!
And and in that moment, I literally stopped what I was doing, and I looked up at her. I'm like, "I'm sorry, can you repeat that?"
Yeah.
And she's like dead to rights. Like they literally asked that, and they're like what is the CD? What the heck are you talking about?
That's ridiculous.
Talking about, and she explained, and they're like, but don't we just stream everything right now? And in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, I had to ask her first of all. How,
it has not always been so.
Indeed, okay. So I was like, first of all, how old are these students, roughly? Can you just explain this to me? And she's like, the youngest one in the class is 21 years old, and it's right around your age group, Donald. I'm 25 right now, so I would be one of the older ones. And I'm like,
oh, you're a little baby,
yeah, indeed.
Donald.
Indeed. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, oh, okay. So you mean to tell me that these students between the ages of 21 to 25 who obviously listen to music, and they all listen to music through, I'm assuming, stuff like Spotify and SoundCloud and everything like that, and this is mainly through the ones on Spotify.
Right, yeah.
They don't know, like, what the art is on the things when they, like, go to the albums and the song.
Oh, like the cover art?
Yeah, the cover art. You think that's there just for show? Especially some of the ones from the 1990s?
Yeah.
Have you never walked into a Best Buy or a Walmart and thought, oh, where does the music come from?
Have you ever watched a movie set in the past? That's another thing.
Have you never seen a bargain bin?
Because... I hate to make fun of people for their ignorance. Like, sometimes it's like, well, I'm usually pretty understanding of that, where someone doesn't know something and people are like, oh my gosh, how can you not know that? But, like, I'm pretty forgiving of that, but
this is a general knowledge thing.
General knowledge.
Exactly. Here's the thing. Everyone has come across a CD at one point in their life.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't like a music CD, CDs are a way of containing things like data stuff for computers. DVDs are technically compact discs. So you know what a CD is. Either it's never been explained to you, you've never had one in your house in your life, in which case I need to talk to your parents on that one.
Or you've been living in a bunker like Kimmy Schmidt.
Either that, or it was either that, or they are originally from an Amish community, and they had never seen one before.
Yeah.
I'm
trying to think of other.
As mean-spirited as that is sounding for me, that's the only way I can draw this conclusion. Hannah, this has been in my mind for 8 days.
Yeah, that's insane. Oh gosh, I had a thought and it went away because I'm a listener. Oh man, yeah. Oh yeah. Like you and I, we remember CDs.
Yeah.
We remember cassette tapes.
Yeah, because
I remember listening to cassette tapes.
Me too.
I remember. I don't know how to operate a record player. My nanny has one, and she has a lot of records, and she would play them for us when we were kids. I've never used it, but I know what it is.
Yeah.
I know what it is like in the past. And what did they have anything before that?
Before
records, before vinyl. Yeah. This is where someone from whatever.
Exactly.
The early 19th century would be like, oh, you ignorant youths, you know?
Well, I mean, you had like the homemade like music boxes and everything like that, but like, but in terms of like recording music, like there was. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's multiple different versions of, like, records as it, like, progressed through the years.
A lot of my knowledge of sort of these things, I'm not very good at knowing what year things happened or what year something is from. Like, I vaguely know. I'm like, okay, I know that World War II was, like, 1940 to 45, you know, kind of thing. But other stuff, I have no idea. Like,
I can pin it down. I can pin stuff like that down to a decade, unless it's, like, specific films that I'm into, and then I can do if you listen to the horror movie podcast that we released in episode 2, then you know, like, I know my movies. So there's that.
But the years of things,
yeah,
I don't know the years. It takes a special person to know numbers and things.
You need someone who is literally in, like, the music distribution business. Like, they either have to be musicians themselves, they have to own a record store or anything like that.
They're like, and now on the drive, a side B hit from 1979, Led Zeppelin.
Oh my God! Just imagine us, like, I can totally imagine us just being, like, radio hosts for, like, a 90s music station.
Yep.
This is Donald and Hannah coming at you at 10 a.m. in the morning.
We got 45 at 10:45.
10:45 in the morning, and now we're gonna play another great song. We're gonna play some Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind.
We're gonna be playing Tiny Dancer.
I'll be closer, Tiny Dancer.
We gotta call this episode Tiny Dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have to right now. As much as we've sung that so far, absolutely.
If we find cause to sing it one more time, maybe.
I'm putting that as the title right away. Are you kidding me? I've got that stored now.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Yeah. What are some other things that are, like, really old that you don't, or something that you found out like that you didn't know before, like that's something that people used to use, like an artifact or something, or you look at something and you're like, what is this? And they say, oh, well, that is what they used to use to scrub their backs.
I've actually got one.
Yeah. Okay.
So on my mom's side of the family, we make a couple visits to my grandparents, like, every year, usually for, like, holidays or something, and things like that. And in the den where my grandfather usually sits and watches TV, on one of the night tables, like, it is an old, like, cast iron like box like thing that I always thought was like a tobacco pot or something like that.
Yeah.
But this past last Christmas, when I was when we were visiting them for Christmas, and I was telling him about the new job that I got, which I'm working at right now. In that I was super into coffee, and I've been a barista forever. And he said, and I was looking at the thing right next to me, because I was sitting next to the night table where this box was, and he said, you know, that's an old school coffee grinder from the 1910s. I'm like,
what?
I'm like,
I thought it was used for torture.
and I'm looking at it, and I'm just like, huh? You know, it wasn't until this moment when I actually started to put everything together, and I thought about, like, the hand crank grinders that you usually find, like, on sale at some coffee shops where. And it's usually, like, metal and everything like that, but no, this one was, the box was wooden, and the top was, cast iron.
Oh, and it had a little handle?
Yeah, and it had the handle, and I was, and for years, like, I always wondered, why is it like that? But no, it was until I got this job, this job that I'm working at right now, and after 4 years of being a barista, where the dots finally connected together, and I'm like, you know, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. You know, my great-grandfather, who has since passed, when he was in World War II, this just goes to show you how much more tight security is at airports nowadays. But when he was coming home from the war, he brought with him a grenade. Like, my nanny has it. It's like sitting on her mantelpiece. It's this grenade. And it's not live, like the pin is out of it.
Okay.
But yeah,
that was my first thought.
It's like, this is a mostly diffused claymore mine. I put it on my desk to make people know that they are in danger when they encounter.
Okay, I was about to say because I mean there is like some like there are like some like holding laws on that kind of stuff. Because don't get me wrong, I love antique weapons. Like I love the aesthetic in them and just like how they look and everything like that. But when we get to things like explosives, I'm like, okay, I have several questions.
Have you seen? Where is it? Here we go. It's the. It's a meme. Everyone gangster till the Claymore Roomba comes around the corner.
You think if Skynet ever took over, like the Roombas would be the first thing that they would infect in order to get every...
Yeah.
They're little monsters.
Little Roombas. I mean, I don't know. I think they're kind of funny. I would get one because now that I have a cat, there's always kitty litter all over the place in my carpet, and there's salt tracked in from the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like just to have something that goes around and vacuums all the time would be great.
Oh, absolutely.
Plus, you can send drinks to people on it.
Oh my God, yes.
Like was it at Jesse's house in Breaking Bad when he has all the stoners over to his house?
Yep.
For like the 36-hour party and
that's
the Roombas
brilliant.
going around.
That is brilliant.
He's like, what is that?
That is brilliant.
That's my Roomba, yo.
That is brilliant, and that is efficiency.
Yep.
That is a stoner's
Absolutely.
best friend.
That's how you get rid of all the little tiny little scraps of evidence.
Exactly.
Loose weed.
Exactly, and you don't have to worry about it getting a contact because it doesn't have
Loose
respiratory
weed,
system,
stray glass,
stray
blue crystal, yo, getting the carpets. It's a nightmare if they're shag carpets, yo.
Oh my God, shag carpets, Jesus.
Breaking Bad is my favorite. I binged Better Call Saul.
I never watched Better Call Saul.
It's pretty good. I think I like it almost more than I like Breaking Bad.
Okay.
It's funny and it's also really sad, which is basically my like dream genre.
So
genre, but the kind of thing.
So like it's tragicom.
Yeah, you kind of you're laughing out loud, and then the next second you're like, oh man, this is so sad. Oh.
Some of the best comedies know like how to make you laugh and everything like that, but you still hold the connection to like invest in everybody, which is honestly like that's primo.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, and actually, one of the actors from Better Call Saul was actually at the comedy club I work at not too long ago. He was doing stand up. So what was his name? He played the camera guy.
Which comedy club?
The Milwaukee Comedy. So in the UC.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay.
Oh man, I forget what his name is. Josh Badem or something.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name either.
He was hilarious, and he was very polite also.
Bless the UC for bringing in talent like that.
Yeah. They're mostly pretty. They're all usually pretty nice people. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of them have to like book everything like through Matt Kemple.
Yep.
So, I mean, he's usually very thorough in like who he brings in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Carefully vetted.
Indeed.
For hilarity.
Carefully vetted for hilarity and entertainment. Matt Kemple of the Underground Collaborative. We love you so, good sir.
Clink, clink.
Indeed. I still need to send him another bag of coffee.
Oh, yeah, do that.
I meant to do that for his birthday, but I got so sidetracked with everything that I couldn't do it.
Let me see. Gosh.
So there's all that going on. I've been meaning to ask. I know you said
I do know the Muffin Man, yes.
But is he truly on Drury Lane?
Occasionally, but his schedule is really all over the place.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. Muffin Man is busy, man.
Did you know that the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane is not a Muffin Man, but a pimp? Because Drury Lane was like I think in London or something. It was like the theater and prostitution district.
Huh.
And to try and find the pimp, you would ask, do you know the Muffin Man? I think. But then it's also a children's song, so I don't understand.
So you mean to tell me that the Muffin Man was a pimp?
The Muffin Man is a pimp.
And literally every single one of his clients was named after a particular muffin flavor. So you want a little bit of the...
You want Madame Blueberry? Or do you want
would you
Madame Maple Bacon?
Madame Blueberry, Madame Maple Bacon, or would you like Mademoiselle Pecan Pie?
Yeah, Mademoiselle Pecan.
That entire nursery rhyme is like forever changed for me. Thank you, Hannah.
Yep. And I might be wrong. I might just be, I
kind of want you to be right.
Yeah, I think I am right, but I might not be 100% on all the
That's almost as terrifying as like the true tale behind London Bridges Falling Down or Ring Around the Rosie.
Oh yeah, because the Ring Around the Rosie, it's about like the
plague.
The plague.
Yeah.
It's like ashes, we all fall down. Yep. Yeah. They had to burn the bodies, right?
Burn everything.
And if you had like posies were supposed to be some sort of like antidote or something. It was supposed to keep you.
I believe so.
healthy.
Yes. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. The darkness of fairy tales.
Yep.
Don't let Disney tell you that they know the true fairy tales. Actually, look into it.
Or like, what is it? In Cinderella, when to try and fit into the glass slipper, the stepsisters, like one cut off her toes.
Oh, yeah!
One cut off her heel. And it's sort of...
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a fairy tale, but it's kind of odd to me. I'm like, don't you think that if this girl comes up to the prince and sits down in the chair and extends this mangled, bleeding foot toward him, that he will think, your foot has always been toeless and the perfect size for this shoe?
Yeah. Can you imagine if the actual animated version of Cinderella took that route?
Oh, gosh.
Good Lord.
Oh, gosh.
That, like, I know Disney has done some dark stuff, but I'm like, I think about that sometimes. If Disney actually took the route of the dark fairy tales like that, and honestly, like, we can go back and like watch all this stuff now because like Disney Plus just launched.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh, and it's so during the Extra Life thing, one of the things that the Eighth Note crew decided to do during the day, we watched the first few episodes of the new show on Disney Plus, The Mandalorian. Because
I've heard about it.
Oh,
I've heard that Baby Yoda is in it, and that's all I know.
I love the meme that came out with that, with Yoda's like, do or do not, there is no try. And then you have the little baby Yoda-like creature going, okay, boomer! And then Yoda's wide-eyed and going, listen here, you little shit! I saw that meme the other day. I'm like, this is too perfect.
I love it.
It's so good.
Yeah. This buddy of mine is, he's like the lord of the memes. He's got a meme for everything. I'm pretty sure that he has more meme in his body than water. Like,
I can believe that. I can totally believe that.
Everything. Yeah. But no, we've got he's in my D&D group, and we have this whole thread that's just memes. And I'm pretty sure that 80% of them is just him. Just all this stuff. I'm like, well, at least you're keeping me up with the times.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Speaking of being like up with the times and circling back to that CD thing, there's stuff that we know that our elders don't know. And as there's always that sort of intergenerational ignorance and stuff, and
right,
which is okay unless you're talking about CDs.
Oh my god.
Oh man, yeah. And my mom, I was teaching her some like millennial colloquialisms.
Okay.
Like I taught her what yeet means.
Oh god.
And so literally later she was like she we were like watching TV and she was like, "Ooh, I need a blanket. Yeet that one to me." And I'm like, "Nice use of the word yeet, Mom." So yeah, don't say that your parents are too old to be cool. I also taught her the what is it? What is it? The Fist of the Northern Star or something? The nani?
Oh! Oh my womo shinderu!
Nani? So I taught her that. So she's been saying that too.
Oh,
Something confused her. She's like, Nani?
you're already dead. Nani?
You're already dead. Cinderella. I showed her the clip and everything of the guy boiling and exploding.
Yes, it's so. You want to talk about classic anime? Oh my God, Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, but don't say that people can't learn. Don't be like, oh, you're too old to understand, or you youths are so stupid you can't understand. That just destroys society.
Just because the phrase is you can teach an old dog new tricks, that doesn't just apply to dogs.
No.
It applies to all humans.
Yep. And hedgehogs.
Oh.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Occasionally. It happened once.
Fair enough. I mean, I've seen a rat being able to play card games. So.
Oh, nice. What about the There was a monkey that saved a puppy from a fire.
Bless that monkey.
There's a picture of it, and it's like cradling the puppy, waddling away. Ah, yes.
That's a good monkey. That's a good monkey.
Yep.
Feed that
humanity.
Feed that monkey well. Feed that monkey well. Make sure he lives a long life.
Yep. That monkey is a hero. Careful, he's a hero.
Indeed. Don't kill the hero, for the love of God.
All right. So, anything else you want to say about music or old stuff? Or I had something. Okay, we can close off with this.
Okay, go ahead.
So ugly stepsisters have really big feet.
Right.
And Cinderella has tiny feet because she's a tiny dancer.
Wow, you really reached for that one.
Hold me closer, tiny dancer.
I'm crying.
It will fade. When Donald edits this podcast, oh, the music, it will fade.
I'm on the floor crying,
Donald's
y'all.
lying on the floor. I really think I'm not that funny.
I'm sorry, just the way you just transitioned through all of that. I'm just like, how?
The music, it will fade.
Oh.
Now.
Oh, bless you, Hannah. Round of applause on that one.
Grazie.
Oh, that was so good.
Good night, everybody, or good day, or whatever time you're listening. Why do I always say good night? Goodbye. Forever.
No. Never forever. No.
Never say never. Okay. We should end this.
Oh, now. Yeah,
all right,
sure.
Pull the plug.
Yeah, no.
Do it.
Well.
Kill the boy. Do it.
Let me talk.
Okay.
I can't. Okay, that's going to be it for episode 3 of the General Geekery podcast. You can listen to us on Spreaker.com at General Geekery Podcast. You can also find us on Spotify at the General Geekery Podcast. We're also on Facebook at Gen Geek Podcast. All of the links to that will be in the links for Spreaker and on Spotify as well. You can check me out at all my various social media, Instagram, Twitter at RyuzakiMK7. I'll put that in the description as well.
Yep.
And you can check Hannah out on Monday nights on Twitch.tv at Loaded Dice Adventures. It's a campaign that she is a part of and that I tune into every now and again just to check out all the hilarity that goes on, everything like that. Yep,
7:30 every Monday. We roll some dice and have some fun. There's always really awesome giveaways, so if you like to win dice and minis and the occasional artwork, yes, I do that. I'm also on Instagram at Pythian Legume, which if you know what that's a reference to, let me know, because no one knows. Awesome. We'll put that below as well. Cause that's
yeah. We'll put all the links for that.
It's so complicated. Why didn't I just use my name?
Hey, look at it this way. I pretty much use like my internet name throughout all of my stuff. So like, At least yours is fully letters. Mine
Yep.
mine includes capitals and numbers and stuff. So there's that. So that's gonna be episode 3 of the General Geekery podcast. Thank you guys so much again for listening in.
Thank you.
And until you next hear from us, always remember to keep your geek on.
Keep your geek on.
Cheers. Hold me closer, tiny dancer.
Keep your geek on, tiny dancer.
Yes.